Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Luba.
My name is Striker. Our channel is about dating in Ukraine and Belarus now, and it's about helping you guys come up with a plan to avoid some of the bad stuff that can happen, which does happen to a lot of the guys that go over there. So if that interests you, please follow our channel. Now, today's video is about guys in their 20s. We've done other videos addressing other age brackets, but not one about guys in their 20s. Why is that? What's the story? What's going on with guys in their 20s?
No, I think for the dating in Ukraine, it's a very, when I say limited edition. So it's not that for my 11 years of experience, there's like many guys in their 20s who are actually coming and doing that. But right now, I think a lot of, not a lot of, but more people are applying for that. They're thinking about, overseas relationship as a first one. As before, I can say that only guys who was coming to Ukraine to date, it was the guys who either was already divorced, like the guy who was divorced, or the guy who wasn't married. He's in start from 40s, 45, and he just seen how other friends of him was like in relationship and divorce and how they divorce in the West, so he doesn't want to have his relationship on the West at all. So maybe it's a little bit according to your previous video about if you didn't date on the West, that it doesn't mean that you can't date in Ukraine. Actually, a very good video. And so I think that nowadays more people aware of the situation on the West, and they're looking for these options. They're looking for the relationship, and we have guys in their 30s that we think that it's good, it's maybe a right time to come to Ukraine, but according to the guys in their 20s, we kind of have a different opinion.
And this, my thoughts on this are not just limited to going to Ukraine to date. I'm going to say seriously, okay? So I firmly believe, and this is coming from me as an older, wiser man than I was in my 20s, and that I firmly believe that your 20s should actually be more so about building wealth, experience and building a foundation. Because when you decide to get into a relationship, especially one that's an international relationship with a woman from Ukraine or Belarus or wherever, it's going to take a significant amount of money, time, resources. And in your 20s, if you were to sacrifice these things for something else, such as a relationship, I don't think you're going to be doing yourself any justice. Now, a lot of other agencies will say 20-year-old guys, this is perfect, we want younger guys to do it. We don't believe that at all. We believe that, I believe, and I'm pretty certain you're sort of along the same as that as well, but it's, if you do it right in your 20s, you'll have a lot of money, resources, and time in your 30s and your 40s. So focusing more on building a foundation for yourself for later, because that's going to help as well. Because don't forget, women around the world are looking for security, aren't they? They're looking for security. They're looking for a man who can take care of her and take care of the family. Unless, there are some exceptions in your 20s, like let's say you're 28, or I think we have a client that's 26, 27, 28, is it? In the late 20s?
The one who was planning to come.
I think so, yeah. I can't quite think of what his age is. But, so there are exceptions, okay? So if you are well established, you have, maybe you've started a business, you can work online or something like that, and that has taken off and done really well. Or any other business, doesn't just have to be that, it's just that seems to be something that's quite common these days. So it should be more about building a foundation for later.
And date, and of course date, but not focusing on getting married. And what is interesting, I don't know, is it bad or good? I really don't have 100% agreement even with myself about that. But even in Ukraine, the generation of my parents, it was like a must. And I think that I already said that it was a must to get married before 25. If the woman was not married before 25, it means that, something is really wrong with her, especially in the smaller cities, especially in the villages. It was it basta, it's terrible. When nowadays people, I think it's maybe smarter, because people they don't want to divorce fast, right? They want to build mature relationship. Because when people got married early, then they married because of the emotions, and they actually, it's not always last forever. Nothing lasts forever, right? But I mean that even in Ukraine, the country that was always about like getting married, 18, 19, have a kid, and then live in these campuses from the factory, struggle but have a big family. This is awesome, but nowadays people looking for more comfort, they're looking for more sustainability, for more protection, so they're not getting married as early as it used to be.
Yeah, and just because like you may think that if you're 20 years old, you've got a lot more options in terms of dating, and maybe you do, but in terms of actually forming what you would be looking for in terms of a family and forming a relationship leading into marriage, of course. In your 20s, it's not really the case, is it? Because women in their 20s, they have a very different mindset than, say, a woman, say, in her 30s. So very, and there are a lot of single women over 35, right? When they're sort of a bit younger than that, they sort of think that their shit doesn't stink, and they got plenty of options, and they are looking for the highest value male that they believe that they can get.
And you know what? Unfortunately, I have to agree with that.
Yeah.
Even it doesn't
you
sound
almost need to let them get to a stage where it's like they're looking back going, oh, hang on, maybe things weren't as they seem. And that happens all over the world. A lot of that is a lot of social, what do you call it? A lot of social outside influences can sometimes inflate people's value, women's value, to make them think that they can get something that is not really achievable. But that's another video anyway. But this video here is about guys in their 20s.
I want to make an example, like the guys to understand what we're talking. We're of course not against any age, and we support, but we just as a bit older people now. Oh my God, I said that. But we're not in our 20s anymore. We kind of understand and have a different perspective on that. And one time we have a call with the guy who called us, and we felt like his parents a little bit, because he was relying on us so much, and he definitely didn't have anybody to share this. And he was willing to move to Ukraine. He was willing to build a family, but he has no job, no money, and he kind of he work in IT, so he probably will find a job. And when we was talking to him, we was just saying to him, just relax, take it easy. If it happened, it happened, but focus on yourself, focus on finding better job, maybe travel and meet some people, because when you have family, it's a little bit different anyway. When you are single, when you are free and nothing nothing keeps you, it's a very different. And I think that every part of life is beautiful, right? When you are single, when you have family, when you're older, you need to find this positivity. You only have to have a positive mindset. So with this guy, we was talking to him, and you should see his eyes. He was like, guys, you inspire me. Yes, I wanted to travel. I will try. I will not, because my family, they said that I must get married. Of course, for parents, maybe it's better if the guy get married and they think, he's settled, he's with a wife, so he's not gonna get into any troubles and etc. So for mom, probably it's better.
Well, the advice your parents would give you is the advice that was relevant to them 20 something years ago, 30 years ago maybe. But it's not relevant today. Times have changed, and you have to adapt to them. I think that you should travel. I was a late bloomer when it came to traveling. I didn't start traveling until I was 35 or something like that. And I look back now and I think, wow, the experiences that I could have had, in my 20s by traveling. Of course, I didn't have much money back then. I was an apprentice, trying to find my way in the world. But I definitely think in your 20s, you should travel. And here's the thing: if you're in the West and you're not getting much action, right? There's not much dating going on, and you're thinking, well, if only I could just find a good woman and I'll grab her and I'll treat her right and all that sort of stuff. Believe you me, as long as you take care of yourself, you're well kept, you're smart. I don't mean smart as in intelligent, but you don't do stupid shit. And you always, look after yourself, be respectful, be kind, and all that sort of stuff to other people. Once you travel over to Ukraine, you will realize that, or any of those countries, okay, you will realize that the options are vast and wide, and you won't think about settling down. You need to settle down now. You won't, because you've got so many options. You should be trying to experience dating and experiencing relationships, because it's hard for someone who's only had one relationship to understand what a relationship should be like. It's only when you go through a really bad relationship that you think, right, that's on the lower end of the scale. Now I need to get something so I can create a benchmark on this end, and I go, okay, that one didn't work out, but I need something here, or maybe a bit better than that. But without knowing how bad a relationship could actually be. Like, you have no experience whatsoever. So experience is the key.
And we have a saying here, I don't know if I will try to explain that. It's like, it's a saying that I have a good memories but nothing to share with grandkids. It means that your past, like your young ages, was so active and so cool that it's like it drive you all your life, that you was actually living. It's not very good to share with your grandkids, like as a example, as something. But if you have these memories, it means that you're a happy person. So create this, no matter what age you're looking at this video right now, no matter how old are you, just enjoy your life here and now, because tomorrow will be a very different day. We hope you enjoyed this video. And we'll see you next time.
We'll see you next time.